Hello and welcome to another episode of Game On. I am Raptor, and this is Fallout 4. In the last episode, we went to Echo Lake Lumber and cleared out all of the ghouls for a little girl, and then she gave us 14 caps. And I spent every single one of it. Because I was rich. What would you do if you won 14 caps? Anyway, we ended up with this little guy here called the Harvester. It's a militarized chainsaw with a special effect. It can stun enemies, which means you can just... Now, let's try it on this thing. So we're going to try this thing out, and I'll see if I can demonstrate why a lot of people believe this to be one of the most overpowered weapons in the game. And we're going to do so by going to Beaver Creek Lanes, which is very, very close to Far Harbor. It's just maybe like it's maybe like a 2-minute walk away from Far Harbor. Because hidden in here is not only a Fatman that launches bowling balls called the Striker, but also the modifications that you can use in order to turn other Fatman launchers into Strikers. Now, the Striker itself is not a very effective weapon, but it is a lot of fun to use, because it launches bowling balls at people. And I think this place is also going to be full of a bunch of ghouls, so I should be able to do it without needing the power armor if it's just ghouls. So that'll give me a good opportunity to show off my new armor, and we can try out the Harvester. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop out of my armor here. And you can see that I'm wearing the Trapper armor. It's kind of weird, but also kind of cool. Oh, I see some enemies already. Are they coming over here? Are they going to come and attack me? I'm quite fond of the spikes. I like the spikes, especially the ones on the knees. It's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. I like it. It looks kind of silly, but it's actually got fairly decent defense. It's kind of like combat armor because it has equal amounts of damage and energy, like ballistic and energy resistances. But it's not necessarily as strong as like full-on combat armor. The chest piece is actually pretty strong. I don't think you can get heavy or anything varieties of this, and if you can, I haven't found them yet. This is just regular stuff. But I upgraded it at my thing, and the upgrade was called Buttressed. It's Buttressed. Buttressed Trapper Leathers. So we're going to get the chainsaw here, and I also bought some bear traps, which I'm kind of excited to try. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's get ourselves a neat weapon. Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna throw some bear traps out here. Ah! Let's see what happens. Bam! Let's see if anybody comes over and sets up my bear traps.
2 hours later. 3 hours later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
That was fun. Ooh, there's a dude. There's a dude. Can I shoot it? No, wait. Harpoon gun. Harpoon gun. Let's get him. It's a fog ghoul. I'm gonna get him in the head with my harpoon gun. Oh, I missed. But they're coming over here to get my bear traps. Oh! Oh, it took him down at the legs. Are they reusable? Let's see if they're reusable. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, that one broke, I think. That was not as exciting as a mine. Oh, there's one here. I didn't see that. It was not nearly as exciting as I thought it would be. So far, the bear traps are not worth the amount of money I paid for them. I mean, yeah, they killed him alright, but it was kind of boring. Like, where's the boom? And also, this thing, the Striker, as I mentioned before, it uses bowling balls as its ammo, but you actually have to do something to them first. You have to take them and you have to modify them and turn them into modified bowling balls in order to launch them out of the striker, which you'll later figure out is one of the issues that the original designers of the striker had. So you can get a bunch of bowling balls around here because, you know, it's a bowling alley. But unfortunately, the bowling balls are heavy as balls. Because, you know, they're balls. Yeah, they weigh 8 pounds for one bowling ball. A better place to go is the General Atomics Galleria back in the Commonwealth, where you can get about 30 or so of them. But you have to deal with a bunch of Mr. Handies first. And Mr. Gutsies. Alright, so let's go in here and we'll get some more goals! Ah! Take this! Yeah, take this! They can't attack me, they're stunned! Well, they're kind of attacking me, but not as bad. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it, huh? You're stunned! It's not necessarily the most time-efficient way of killing them, but it does do the job, I guess. Alright, what's over here? Is this military-grade duct tape? I really need a lot of adhesives right now. Like, that's my biggest gripe with this game, is just, it's never enough. No matter how much adhesives you have, you can be going, yeah, I got lots of adhesives that run. They'll just be gone so fast.
Got it.
If there's a mod for that will help you reduce the amount of adhesives that are used in crafting, I would love to marry the person that makes that mod. Unfortunately, because I'm on the PlayStation 4, Sony, in their infinite wisdom, decided to make it so that people that make mods for games on the PS4 are restricted to only aspects that already exist in the game, which means they can't use any outside sources, which means that the selection of mods is, well, bad. I was trying to find a clever little metaphor or a joke or something, but that didn't feel like it. Yeah, it's just bad. There's nowhere near as many mods. It's actually kind of insulting just how crappy the mod selection is for the PS4. That issue does not exist at all on the Xbox One, though. Although, I really don't think it makes sense to buy an Xbox One just so that I could play modded versions of a game. Because I can play Skyrim modded on my PC. Although, I did buy the remaster thing because I'm a sucker, and also because I've always kind of prefer console gaming. Because that's what I grew up with. What do we have in here? 34 bottle caps. That's not bad. I ended up spending a little bit of caps, not too much. I mean, I was at a point where I've got just so many that it's not going to be such a huge dent. Because I think there were, a couple episodes ago, it's probably like 10 or maybe even more now. I remember I was saying that I had, like, I got down to maybe like 11 caps. It's not even an issue anymore. That 3,000 caps really helps.
Sweet.
Let's see, I'll take the shotgun shells, and I'll take this pistol, because I can break it down and make... Hopefully I get some screws from it. Alright, what else do we have around here? Is that shopping basket? Well, I can get some aluminum from that. Yeah, I'm also running low on aluminum, but it's not like... It's not as desperate as it is when you really need more adhesive than it is when you need more aluminum. Because aluminum is a lot easier to get.
Yes.
There's lots of things that you can break down that'll give you quite a lot of it. But adhesive is just so... You use it so often that it's really hard to have a lot of it. Because I mentioned earlier that I had used a little trick where you can get a whole bunch of corn and other things like that, and you can break it. There's a little recipe that I mentioned in a previous episode. I did that, and that gave me quite a lot, but I've already used more than half of what I actually gave myself, which was over, like, which was, actually, it was exactly 100. So you can see just how quickly you'll burn through it. Which is why I'm making sure not to miss anything, because you never know when you're going to find a nice big thing of adhesive. Like, an economy wonder glue is a really good one. Ooh, is that a plunger? That is a plunger. And we get a bowling ball. And a bowling pin. And some bubble gum? No, I don't want that. What's in here? Nothing. What's in here? Well, I mean, obviously there's going to be a toilet, but... let's see. What about this room? I don't remember exactly where the thing is. I think it's in either the basement or the attic. One of the two. I'm not positive. This is only my second time actually ever exploring Far Harbor. And the last time I explored the DLC stuff was like almost exactly a year ago. Ooh, bowling balls. I'm not sure how many we'll find here. Ooh, bowling ball. Hopefully Piper can step up and help me carry some, because these are going to start weighing me down. Although I should have a decent amount of carrying capacity. I guess I'll have to put this away, because that noise it makes is actually kind of annoying. Oh wow, no, I'm already really over-encumbered. Okay, so I think we have to find the upper floor, I think it was. Ooh, a bowling ball. Here, Piper, how many of these bowling balls can you carry?
Probably have something you can use.
Here, you can take 10 for now, and just see how much more you can take later. I think we wanted... Yeah, here, there was an upstairs. I was wondering where it would be, because I haven't found it so far. Uh-oh. Ghouls! Die! Where are they? Where are they? Bring it on. Bring them on. I want to kill you all. If I can find you first. And there's nobody up here. Oh! Nope, that's Piper. Okay. Okay, I think we're okay. I don't know if there's any more in this area. Let's go this way. Plunger! No, I didn't even pick up the plunger. I picked up the broom. I don't want brooms. Only losers collect brooms. And as we can clearly tell, I am not a loser. And neither is Nigel. He's a badass. Look at that comb over. What's down here? Door. Ah, I think this is it. I think this is it right here. Ah, glowing one. Cool. Let's take this guy out. Let's use this thing and see what it does. See, look, he keeps falling over. And he's... Ah! I'm getting irradiated, actually. Take this. Yeah! Whew! That was bad. I got really irradiated. It's okay, I got some rat away. There we go. Cool, cool. Okay, now we were gonna do some modified bowling balls here. And then you can open up this safe here. Oh, that was an easy master. Bottle caps, gamma rounds, plasma cartridges, a pistol, gold watch, and there it is, folks, the Striker. Dum da 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 dum, and you get a 50% chance to cripple the target's leg. So that's that, and now you have to go over here. If you want to be able to make one yourself, you have to go here. And then there's a whole story here about how some guy lost his legs or something, or how he can't bowl anymore. So the people that work here are trying to help this guy, and they made this thing that would let him still bowl without needing his legs, which is how they came upon the idea of creating a launcher. I think it's, yeah. So first, the good news. The launcher is working. We were having trouble with the balls getting caught in the launch tube, but shaving down the polyurethane on the balls a smidge and putting a fresh coat of wax polish on it has it launching them wicked fast. The bad news is that we forgot to reduce the tension springs, and the first ball we launched flew straight through the wall of the office and stoved in our table in the dining area. Damn near took out Mr. Clark with it. Knocked him clean out of his chair. We'll have to tune the power down a bit before giving it to Thomas. Also, every ball he uses will have to be altered to work with the launcher, but it shouldn't be too hard to do. There, and now that you've read that one, it's actually the one that says that was close. Now that you've read that one, you'll be able to make your own modified bowling balls and modify Fatman launchers into be strikers. And then you can also use this one. So, okay, so Mark and I had this had to scrap the lane return launcher side. Yeah, getting the wheel up to the speed we wanted was just sanding flat edges into the balls that threw off the balance and was ruining them. We were talking with some of the old-timers, and Jacob said we should just get one of them Fatman catapults and use that. So we talked to a guy who knew a guy that knows a guy, cut to the chase, we're out a couple tanks of gas, but we found one in an old surplus center out in the Willywax. Not sure if it's entirely legal, but hey, we're only gonna kill pins with it, so what the hell, right? Yeah, so if you play the tape, now let's eject the tape, and then I can play it on the go. They talk about why they're doing this. Here we go. Oops.
Gotta record this so as I don't forget later. After we closed up for the night, Matt and I split a couple of pictures while cleaning the pin setters. We got to talking about Thomas. I just can't believe he's gonna be stuck in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And now, he ain't never gonna have the chance, to pull that perfect game he's been so close to. So it's like 2:45, and we're shooting the balls back up the return and checking the motors and all. And we get this, this really good idea. So Thomas's arms still work. So maybe we could use one of them ball returns, but hook it up to a stronger motor, mount it on a board or something. He could launch the balls out of it, and down the lane, it'd be like an awesome bowling gun.
Yeah, so they're coming up with the idea for a regular at this lane, I guess, who would not be able to do it himself. This guy had military-grade duct tape. I love it. I love everyone who has military-grade duct tape, because it's amazing. Yeah, for a bowling alley, I didn't really find all that many bowling balls. I found a couple of modified ones, but those don't really count as bowling balls. Because I guess by modify, it just means you have to trim them down, like that one file said. Ooh, fusion core. Burnt textbook, potato crisps, burnt textbooks, desk fan. Oh yeah. And on Far Harbor, they don't have Nuka-Cola. They have their own unique brand that was exclusive to the New England area called Vim, which is lame because I don't even know what that means. Anyway, I think that's it. Unless there's maybe some bowling balls in here. No, I think I looked already. Yeah, we already looked. So I think that's really all we need here. Ooh, what's this? A Vim Refresh. It glows green, kind of like a Nuka-Cola Quantum, except Nuka-Cola Quantum glows green. Increased action recovery rate. Well, that doesn't even heal nearly as much. I'll take it, though. I'll drink that. What's behind here? Ooh, a Vault-Tec lunchbox. I can make some mines with that. I've already got a couple, but I haven't used them because I don't have very many lunchboxes. And I don't want to waste them, because I think there's very small amounts of them. Okay, so let's get in the power armor.
Hope you plan on using your robot powers for good.
Hey, Piper, give me the balls you took. Give me my balls back, Piper.
Look alive.
Sure, take a peek.
This lady had my balls. I want them back. Alright, let's do this thing. Get out of the island. Now, there's one last thing that I would like to do on Far Harbor, but it's not going to happen until after I've completed all of the other quests, and that's to go and seek out a complete set of the fancy armor, which is the strongest armor set in the game. It's like a marine armor or something. And I've never actually done it because I didn't realize that was a thing. But once you complete the main quest line on Far Harbor, then it will unlock a miscellaneous objective, and you can hunt down and gather up a complete set of it. So that's what I want to do. But I don't think that will be the next episode because I would have to do a lot more quests. So I think we will make one last trip back to the island after I've done a bit more exploration and in other places and stuff. So maybe one of the very last episodes will be a return to the island, and then I can get the that complete set. Or maybe that'll be like the second to last thing, because I think the very last thing I want to do is actually do the Nuka-World thing, and I want to kill off all the raiders, because when you turn hostile on one faction of those raiders, then all of them turn hostile. So I think that would be kind of fun. But I have to decide how much territory I want to give to each gang, and I have to decide whether I want to screw over one gang or whether I want to just side with only one gang, and that'll be later on down the road. So for right now, that's all the time I have for this episode of Game On. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you right back here in the very near future, where we will continue to play more Fallout 4. And until next time, peace out, and as always, Game On!